My mom, when she cooked, because like I said, she was a cook and a babysitter, a caretaker, and a housekeeper. And so everything had to be cleaned, even when we cut apricots, because we worked in the fields, because that's the jobs that we got. And so she would clean, and she didn't like her food to have anything on it. And so it take out all the spots and everything. Yeah, she was an excellent cook. We had the Ohlone intern program, as I said, at East Bay Region Park District. And every year we had the Ohlone gathering. And that's how I got to meet uh, uh, Canyon and her mom, Anne Marie, and all the natives that were from out of the area that I never met before. And they participated in the Ohlone intern program held in Fremont at Coyote Hills every year. So we were able to learn the acorn, the preparation of the soap root brush, the string, the cordage making, um, all kinds of stuff that how our natives lived, which we didn't know. And I was so excited. And my mom had made the film for Coyote Hills a year before she died, but she couldn't speak it at no anymore because she had a medical issue. And so anyway, that's the reason why I was so excited to find out about all this. So Bev got us to learn how to do the acorn, and that's what I did, because I didn't want to be digging in the ground for the bulbs, the plants with the fibers that they make the brush out of. And definitely I wasn't going to make cordage because my hands shake. I'm old. So anyway, I did the acorn. So to do the acorn is a big process. When the acorns fall, you don't take the acorn from the first dropping that comes on the ground, because the little critters are all excited to eat, so they get into the acorn. So the majority of it, the food that drops, is critter food. And then the second dropping that's when you get the real good acorn. And it's got a lot of nutrients in it for the people. And they used it every day as like we would rice or beans or poi, like the Hawaiians, or grits even. Everybody has their main staple for your food source. And so anyway, when it falls, then you gather it, you let it dry, because you have to take the cover off, because acorns have that cover on it, and dry them, and then you have to crack them and get the shell off of them. And not only that, when you get the shell off the acorn, like a peanut, it has a covering on it, and that's where most of the tannic acid is in that cover. So you got to clean the acorn. Well, I'm going to call him George. When he did the acorn, there was no, because a lot of people leave the little miscolorings in it, that you get on it, like a banana when it overripes, and but you're supposed to take all that out, and most people don't. I call it laziness. So anyway, George cleaned those perfect. There wasn't an acorn that had a spot on it, and it was the best acorn that we prepared for the gathering. Nothing was left. That was the best acorn we had. So I can imagine in the days of my ancestors how that was, because it was all good, healthy fruit or nuts or whatever even the fish in the ocean, because there was no pollution, nothing. So their food was good. But all the kids under that hadn't reached puberty, they considered adults with a mind that could take it. So they had more respect for the food. How kids play, and so they didn't allow the kids to come into because that's what they did. They didn't have any hobbies or stuff to do that was all about the family and the caring of your house and feeding your family and doing all kinds of stuff like that. So they would clean the acorn, and then that's a big process, like I said. And their tools were bone tools that were sharpened, and obsidian, which is the rock from the volcanoes. And that's another part for the kids to know. They didn't have money. They used things that they had in their area, just like here. They had things in their area that they traded with their neighbors, their other neighbors, the other communities. And so they had to go where the volcanoes were, so to get the obsidian. So you clean all the acorn, and then because when you harvest it, you lay it out to dry it, and then you crack it, and then you clean it, and then to take the tannic acid out of the nut. And people, you don't eat an acorn just out of the shell. It doesn't kill you. It's not poison. It's just bitter. It doesn't have a good taste, and make you get a tummy ache, but it won't kill you off. So they ate that as a soup, or more like a cream of wheat thickness, or whatever they did with it. Whatever they found.
Kind of salty and savory and sweet. You put honeys and berries,
yeah,
or sea salt
that's
and
right.
onions.
Yep. Well, all we have to do is look out in the flatlands, or where the trees were one time, and see what's out there. Homes and factories. Big buildings, big cement buildings, stuff like that. And it's sad. And, look at here. There's houses everywhere, and not little houses, big houses. Could you imagine all the resources they're taking to operate that one out? Oh God, yeah, because it's not getting what it's supposed to be getting, which is water. Water, and then the seasons. Because the Creator has the seasons the way they're supposed to work to keep Mother Earth going. But man has destroyed that. And it's not going to get better if they don't stop building.